What's good? It's Kelby Cannon, publisher of Making It Magazine, founder of the membership. Right now, you are live with Making It for Indies, featuring King Stepa.
Yeah. Yes, sir. We in the building.
Yo, good things come to those who wait. So this is going to be the best interview ever, because I've been waiting.
Hey, you
We
already
finally got
know.
King Stepa in the building. Like, bro, tell them a little bit about yourself. Let them know where you from and what you got going on.
Yeah. So what's up? First, I got to give a shout out to you, man. Hey, appreciate the patience and the love and everything, you know. So I go by the name of King Stepa. I'm originally from the Chicagoland area, Kankakee, North Side Chicago as well. I spent a lot of time, my second home, Atlanta. So I was in Atlanta for a while, about maybe like 10 years.
Okay.
And I just recently during the pandemic moved back home to the city to Chicago, you know. And so, you know, just a little bit about me. I'm an artist, music artist. People try to categorize me as maybe R&B, hip hop. I do it all for real. But also, you know, I'm into making movies. I just finished my first film called King Stepper, self-entitled, and it's about to drop on Tubi. So y'all be looking out for that, you know. And so what I did was I took some like real life experiences, also incorporated my music, and I turned it into a film. And it's just been really good. And it also allowed me to give people from the city of Chicago an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to get their debut and acting and doing different things. And, you know, next we're going out to Atlanta, go back to Atlanta and tell the story about Atlanta, you know. So we're gonna keep the films rolling, we're gonna keep the music pumping, and yeah, we just trying to take over this thing.
Okay. So now this is interesting for me. All right. So it's like Chicago and Atlanta.
Mhm.
And it's like, you know where we at. It's like always, wherever we're at, it's a lot of things are the same and a lot of things are different. So give me like two of the things that you would say that are the similarities between Chicago and Atlanta. And then give me two things that like are very different between the two.
Okay. So what I would say, what are the same of Chicago and Atlanta is the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, Chicago are two of the places where, like, if you got that hustle and you got that mentality to be an entrepreneur, you gonna thrive. You know, so that's one thing. And then also another thing that's similar is that Chicago and Atlanta are two of the places, the major places in the United States that set the culture. You know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
for the hip hop industry and music industry. You know, everybody's trying to copy Atlanta sound and wave, and everybody's trying to attach on the Chicago style and their vibes and everything. Everybody want to be associated with Chicago when it comes to the music industry. What's different from Atlanta and Chicago is Chicago is definitely a more violent city. People are just they a lot more passionate. Like, you know what I mean? People, you got good people in Chicago, just like you have good people in Atlanta, but people in Atlanta are more like friendly, and they're more like welcoming. Chicago people are, don't get me wrong, people are friendly and welcoming. You got some really good people in Chicago, but people automatically have a certain level of defense up when they meet you. You know what I'm saying? You have to break barriers in order to see that genuine love and that realness. And it can't be a crab in a barrel type of city if you know what I'm saying, if you're not careful. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. And you know what that makes me think of? One of the things I like, because having this conversation before with people, I think it's like up north. That's kind of a general thing. The further north you go, and it's just like, show me how cold it gets in the winter, and then let you know, like, because when winter comes, like, yo, it gets
It's like that. It's like that.
yeah, And so when you say that, like that comparison between like just kind of the hospitality, the openness, the like that,
Mm,
like it, you know, it don't really get that cold down here. Like it get
yeah,
cold, but it don't get cold like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but nah, so you got the movies, like so you started off doing music and then you segued into to film
Yeah.
and doing the movies, and you got the project dropped on Tubi. And like what was it that spurred that desire to dip your toe in the water when it comes to film?
Okay. Yeah. So I always, as I was doing music, while living in Atlanta, I always felt like my life was a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I would call it scripted reality. So in my journey of pursuing music, when it came to the visuals, I would always tell my manager, Fly Boss or Fly, I know you know Fly. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man, I really want to be able to tell more of a story in my music. You know what I'm saying? I would like for my music to be more cinematic, give it more of a movie because I got so much to talk about and so much to show. And I feel like my music tells a story. And sometimes maybe it's harder for certain people to grasp it unless they can see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can
Mm-hmm.
see the vision, the visual behind it. And so it was always the plan, to basically make my visuals more cinematic and movie like. Now I get to back home to Chicago during the pandemic. I didn't even really want to go back home to Chicago, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because things were going so great in Atlanta, but family and things was going on out there. So I ended up out there, and I was only supposed to be there for a short period of time. But just the way everything went with the pandemic, I ended a lot of opportunities just started falling in my lap while I was at home in Chicago. And I opened up a recording studio and things of that nature. And I linked up with some people who were supposed to be shooting films. And I'm like, put me in a movie, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They like, okay, yeah, we got you, we got you. So when it came down time to it, I'm like, hey, shoot, what's up with the movie? It's like, man, I got the move, got a movie ready, but I don't got no cash. I'm like, okay, say less. So I went in a matter of like 48 hours, I got a full cast ready to go, right? So
Mm-hmm.
then I hit the film guy back like, hey, what's up with the movie? I got the cash now. I got everything you need. He like, okay, yeah, okay. Man, he started flaking. Just started flaking. I got all these people ready to go,
Mm-hmm.
committed, ready. He flakes on me. And so I'm like, man, everybody know me by my word. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't just have all these people, you know what I'm saying, ready to go and don't do nothing with it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna tell my story. So I just went ahead and pinned it, put it together, and then next thing you know, I got the right people to work with me as far as like actual, because I'm all about quality. I ain't just trying to put out anything because my name is attached to it, right?
Yeah.
So I found a really good videographer named TJ Williams,
Okay.
and I also linked up with a real he won director of the year in Chicago, Will Gates.
Okay.
And I actually I shot the film with TJ. He was shooting it for me. I had a couple of directors and stuff that were supposed to be directing the film, but things just didn't go as planned. People are people. So
Yeah.
hey, so it pushed me into the directing role. It caused me to have to edit. It caused me to have to like learn all the aspects of making a movie, which I already had some background in it because I engineer,
Right.
and I just associated it with engineering. I'm
The
like, okay,
mechanics
if
is similar.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
So by doing that, I know that I realized once I got everybody committed and everybody on set, I realized that, hey man, what I'm doing is kind of big right here. I'm actually giving people real opportunities, what I'm saying, in acting, what I'm saying. People who never acted before got roles, and just by seeing them working with me and things like that, and my name out here in Chicago, they ended up doing other major roles. They got other major roles from their first time of acting. So I realized, like, man, this is an important thing. So I just took it more and more serious. And we completed a really good project. It's called King Stepa. And I just basically told my story, and I called it scripted reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it made it so much easy for me because I could just take experiences that I've been through or I seen, and I incorporate it in the movie. And then I would take certain people who I had casted, and I would ask them a little bit about themselves, interview a little bit about themselves, and then I would write their character based on who they were. You know what I'm saying? So it made it natural and easy for them to step into that role.
Got you.
Yeah.
So before we get up out of here, we got to let them hear a little bit off the this "Stepping on Them" single that's from the project.
Yes.
So let's cue that up real quick.
Yeah. So one thing I want to say about that is, and what I definitely did, you know, I had to do it, you know, in order to, you know, music is my first passion, my first love. So I figure, like, okay, let's center this movie around the music. So I was able to feature my music in the movie as a soundtrack, and it just all flowed so well. And so this song "Stepping on Them" is one of the songs from the movie.
All right, this is "Stepping on Them," King Stepa. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Let me tell you what. On a game engine, there are so many different terms YouTube was gonna hit me with that, and that's what it's installed.
Yeah, you know they'll do it. They definitely do it.
Y'all wasn't ready for that, was y'all?
Eater, shawty, you a eater. That currency, that revenue, that's how you move that needle. They say he out the charge, that boy been off the meter. Gotta take him through the fire, that's how you know he's seasoned. One day I'll be hotter than a Beatles. Cruising down the interstate, I done moved a lot of weight. This ain't how we moving on the red carpet. Time to explore them options, opted. How about the car we pop shit? But you know that I'm stepping off the ledge off it. Like this. Stepping on them, eagle on me, body on me, like truck driver. I once was blind, but I see. Third eye like Stevie Wonder. I make sure my women eat. Feed them like biryani on them. Hot like a sign. Those like vine. I really met my repeat, and I love my Auntie Rana. We live in release. Them side. Mama, shit. And it really hurt my soul. We came up from the trenches, we emerging from the stores. And I know that we won't go. This. Brothers, people, shit about the people, knowing that I'm legal.
Hey, that's all y'all get. Y'all want more? Y'all gotta go stream it on all DSPs right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, before we get up out of here, one more time, let them know your name, where you from, how they can keep up with you.
Yeah, for sure. Once again, my name is King Stepa. I'm from Chicagoland area. Also, you can say Atlanta is my second home. And if you Google King Stepa, you know, everything will pop up for you. I'm King Stepa on Instagram, and let me spell it for you. It's King Stepa, 1P.
All right.
And then, yeah, for sure. So appreciate y'all for having me. Hey, we made it happen. You know what I'm saying? After a long awaited, well, we here now.
We good. We're gonna get on a conference call. Me, you, and Fly gonna get on a conference call. I hit you after I finish up for the day.
No, for sure. Appreciate that, no doubt.
I appreciate you. This is Kelby County, publisher of Making It Magazine, and you have been live with Making It for Indies.